What is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans, college basketball fans, everywhere? I hope your week so far, I hope it's been fantastic. Mine's been a little crazy. Kids are making me pull my hair out. It goes without saying, Daniel Gafford coming back, big news, huge for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Expectations are going to be a little bit higher for the 2018-2019 season. You know, we've talked about Mike Anderson. I know the comment section, you know, like I said, I've been bragging on you guys so much lately. And I'm really curious what you say and what you think about, you know, as a team, not Mike Anderson, but as a team, what are the expectations next season with him coming back? Got a lot of new faces. You know, you're replacing a lot of guys. You're replacing a lot of offensive production, obviously talking about Jalen Barford and Daryl Macon. Those are two guys that, although, you know, again, I know Barford was a ball hog. You can't argue with 41% shooting outside. 3-point shooting. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with the results, and it's why Arkansas made the tournament to begin with. Not because of Gafford. Well, I mean, combine the two, it's why they made the tournament. So the new guys coming in, what kind of roles are they going to be? What's going to be asked of them coming in next year? Is it going to be, and what I think is probably going to be asked of them is to support Gafford. You know, this is going to be a guy, I hope, with the ball in his hands a lot on the offensive end of things. You know, so if that is the case, how far do they go with that? You know, and if Gafford is double-teamed, triple-teamed every time he gets the ball, and you know that's what's going to happen. I mean, you know, it's not that hard to tell. This guy, everyone knows of the caliber of player that he is. So, obviously, number 10 is going to be circled. When you talk about a scouting report, they're going to be talking a lot about DG, about the windmill dunker that is Daniel Gafford. So, can these other guys step up when they're being asked to, when he's shut down, and do they fit together as a team? You don't know what you have, and this is, you know, when you talk about as a team, when you talk about Arkansas and Gafford coming back, and I've already said, even if he comes back, I don't know if they're a tournament team. I still don't, but you really don't know what this team is, what they can be until you really get into the middle of conference play. You know, there's a lot that still has to happen. These guys got to get on campus. They got to, you know, we got to see how well they play together and just, you know, what the local media says about these guys, people who have eyes on them. What is going on? How do they look? Do they look like they're playing well as a team? There's a lot of things that are going to go into next season. But this does, obviously, it adds a level of excitement to have him back. So, again, expectations are going to be a little bit higher. You're going to be asking the new guys, you know, a lot. And again, your new guys, Ethan Henderson, Reggie Chaney, Isaiah Joe, Keyshawn Embry, Desi Sills, and Jordan Phillips. Those are your new guys. You're going to have Darius Hall. You're going to have Darius Hall back, C.J. Jones, you know, Adriel Bailey's going to be back. So you're going to have some guys that did get some minutes on the floor this year, who do have a little bit of experience. Not all of them had a lot of production. You know, they didn't have great productive minutes on the court, and sometimes they did. You can't argue with you know, the minutes that they did have that they were productive in. You can't argue with that. C.J. Jones had a few games like that. You know, Darius Hall's a defender. I think Darius Hall is going to be, you know, whatever is asked of him next year, the Little Rock native, 6'6", 215-pounder. He's a guy that on the defensive side of things, I think you're going to be better. And I think overall as a team next year, defensively, they're going to be better because, and I've had this beaten over my head, and I've tried to watch as much video and try to get my eyes on these guys as much as possible when watching them play, and, you know, wherever I can find their videos, they do look more athletic. They look like they're more on the hustle on the defensive side of things. So this could be a team next year defensively that makes some major improvements, which is obviously needed because we know how bad Arkansas was defensively at times last year. We know how many open three-point shots were taken, and it seems like an average three-point shooter would look like an All-American when playing Arkansas. You know, so many uncontested shots. Hopefully that changes next year. But again, Gafford, I'm telling you, he's going to have every game. He's going to be the highlight. He's going to be what people are talking about. There's going to be, you know, some pretty high expectations of him. You know, like I said, when comparing him to Moses Kingsley before, you know, look at Moses Kingsley before and after Jalen Barford and Daryl Macon. Before, he put up, I mean, he looked pretty good offensively. And again, he averaged nearly a double-double in conference play. After, just a different story. So hopefully the reverse effect happens here. They're gone. Those two guys are gone. And now Gafford might get the ball in his hands a little bit more. You remember how, I mean, just think about how much of a ball hog Jalen Barford was. But it's kind of hard to argue with, you know, the shooting that went on the outside. 42% shooting is pretty impressive. So it's kind of hard to argue with why they took those shots. But again, this could be good for Gafford. Those guys gone. The ball's in his hands more, and you know maybe that can open things up for these new guys, make things a little bit easier if he takes the lead on things. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you coming through. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.